Hi, Kevin Blanch. You're part of the cure, you're part of the disease. This is my short vision of fuck Fukushima, fuck TEPCO, fuck BP. I started this gig right here with fuck BP. As my subconscious scream out the day that fucking Fukushima fucking happened, and my videos was spot on, every fucking one of them. And to this day, I'm still seeing the fucking left and the Gundersons of the fucking world and Hartmans of the world, and everybody downplay this as they cough and say, let's have a get fucking tough. Come on, enough. Fuck TEPCO, fuck BP, fuck the Japanese government, fuck the American government, fuck the corporate fucking media, but most of all, fuck you far left latte drinking tomato fuck. I'm a fucking progressive. You are not progressives. You caused this. You caused this. As my subconscious scram out, as I had too much fucking Chernobyl in my body, way too much Nevada test site in my body, as my father was nuked to death. As I live in Utah, as we are all down winters. Fukushima put me on. Too much benzene from being a work class guy. Nobody told me. You know, as Fukushima fucking entered my body, it was too much. It put me on top. Who knew that I would end up with leukemia? You think I'm gonna fucking go down without kicking, screaming, and fucking fighting full of leukemia? I have chuck full. I'm fighting for my life, going through a war from hell. I'm fucking in this fucking deep, hanging on by a thread. I fucking came this close to dying more than once. Because of fucking Fukushima, because of the Nevada test site, because of Chernobyl. You phony fuckers on the fucking far left are more to blame than the far right radicals. They are those hairsprayed pieces of shit been around forever. But we fought them and we knocked them down. You know, I seen this asshole from fucking the Rolling Stones. Oh, I get 270,000 websites on my environment. We saved 40 acres of woods in Georgia as they're building 2 nuclear plants, right? Fucking, fuck you. Honestly, fuck you, punk. You know what? As I started this gig, and I told these professors up here, as I've turned this BYU North, as we go from the #1 school business in the United States, this progressive, beautiful town that I fucking live in, to it being a fucking bunch of conservative pacifist pussies. On this campus in 1979, 4,000 students, 2,000 fucking marched on Earth Day. Today, 25, I tried to start an Occupy movement out in West Weber. I tell everybody, I started one. I'm painting my house today. I started one. I got 7 members showed up. 4 dogs, 2 cats, and a robin. You pacifist pussy pieces of fucking shit. You let these hairspray, you let people like that don't even know Africa is a fucking continent. That's how big of losers you are. You don't know how to fight. As the far fucking left, you know, I used to be a speechwriter, and I would get into it with the DNC. I wrote right for the DNC. They got rid of me because they said I was too tough, too fucking radical. As Howard Dean gets propped up, I'm like, oh, thank God, we got a progressive, finally. I listened to the interview with his wife. She's a doctor who still makes house calls. She rides her bike. She says, what do you want for your birthday? I just like to go for a bike ride. I'm like, oh my God, we finally hit the jackpot. DNC fires him. You environmental river watchers, fuck you. Sierra Club, fuck you. Fucking this asshole, fuck you, phony debate. You far fucking left media, that's how I can have another. Fuck you, you don't know how to fight. And I'll prove it. When Sheehan fucking took the streets, I didn't see any of you fuckers fighting. When fucking Pat Tillman's mother fucking proved that he'd been fucking murdered, I didn't see any of you fuckers stand up. A few women got tough. You're a bunch of pussy pacifists, latte drinking. Let's watch the kids, honey. Let me fucking vacuum, you pussy pieces of shit. That's why TEPCO happened. That's why BP fucking happened, because you fuckers allowed it. Truman was tougher than fuck. Both Kennedy tougher than fuck. The Bulldog. That's who progressives are. They ain't you pussy motherfuckers. You got beat. You got beat by hairspray, dumb, ignorant fucking morons who know shit. They mowed you fucking. That's how fucking losers you are. Fuck TEPCO. Fuck BP. Fuck all you, but most left, fuck all you fuckers that let him in power. Because you have another debate. Oh, let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Oh, God, yeah. You're fucking pussies. You forgot how to fucking fight. Not me. Not me. That's what the wife beater's all about. That's what the hat is. That's what this whole fucking agenda. And you know, another thing. I know how fucked we are. As I listened to Elizabeth Warren talk on, I could use the word fuck, and I argued with these pussy-ass professors up here who are fucking pieces of shit. As we went from the #1 school business in the United States, as the legendary Clyde Cooley passed away, Rover, and it's great, till we didn't even make top, they're fucking pieces of shit. They're morons. Fucking, I mean, it's pathetic. It is fucking pathetic. As I have conversations, oh, you can't use fuck on YouTube. Why the fuck can I? I read the fucking ruling. Elizabeth Warren is running against that. Oh, and all you fuckers in Massachusetts, you think us Utahns are dumb motherfuckers? Fuck you. Yeah, we're fucking telling. Look, Scott Brown, boy, he did a lot for you dumb motherfuckers. Wow. Elizabeth Warren's gonna mow him down by 40 fucking points. As she was giving her aides a talk here recently, these were her own supporters. Some guy stands up right in there and calls her a socialistic whore right to her, a man calling a woman that. and nobody did nothing. Wow. Let me tell you, Bobby Kennedy, John Kennedy, Truman, either freaking Roosevelt would have been there. They would have personally dropped this fucker like a bag of fuck. They would have knocked him the fuck out. I would have knocked him. You fuckers do nothing, you pussies. You call a one, and this fucking loser. You got mowed down by guys who fucking don't know third grade material, who are dumber than fucking dirt. The hair-sprayed far right in this country is so pathetically ignorant, just plain dumb. And you lost to them? Because you're pussies. And I love all you fuckers who call yourself environmentalists. You ain't no fucking environmentalists. Like I said, Bobby Kennedy Jr. couldn't make a pimple on his father's fucking ass. You two fucking Udalls couldn't make a fucking pimple on Stewart's ass. Who's Stegner? Oh, what's Stegner? We're gonna build a fucking nuclear plant on the green. We're here in Utah. That's who you lost to, because they dummied you down like a fucking morons that you fucking are. That's who's to blame for TEPCO. That's who's to fucking blame for Fukushima. That's who to blame for all these young females in this LDS hospital that are fucking raining down cancer. I watch them die in my face. You fuckers on the left are who to fucking blame. You are not progressives. You are fucking Republicrats. Every fucking one of you. You environmentalists, fuck you. You've lost everybody you fought for because you're pussies. You don't know how to march. At least the Occupy kids, as I gave that speech last year on March 11th. How ironic on the anniversary of the 100th year of the Shirtwaist Fire. TEPCO happens. As I rant and rave and carried on about BP, I tried. I fucking try. You think this is going to take me down without kicking and fighting and fucking screaming? You're crazy. Are you part of the cure or you're part of the disease? You're part of the fucking disease. There is no environmentalist movement. And you think you are? You think you are? Fuck. We're building nuclear plants in Georgia, right? In this fucking guy from the Rolling Stone in the backyard who claims he's a success. You're a fucking failure. Fucking River Watchers, failure. Sierra Club, fucking failure. Stegner would fucking spit in your face. Fuck you, phony environmentalists.